Hey everyone, this is the first coding tutorial from CU Hackett, Clemson's hackathon club. Every year we throw two hackathons, one big nationwide one in the spring, and also a fall freshman only hackathon. This year it's going to be on October 17th. If you're interested in getting more details about that, I would highly recommend going to cuhack.it. It's our website. You can look through more information and sign up if you're interested. Hey everyone, so today we're going to go over how to get your laptop or computer set up for coding, like a good environment for that. Specifically, we'll look mostly at Python. So to get started, most computers, right, are made up of files and folders. So on a Mac, if you wanted to look at all those files and folders you have on your computer or laptop, you can go to the Finder. In Windows, I think it's called the File Explorer. And you can just click through and see, oh, I've got all these folders, these in applications, desktops, documents, both empty. I've got this little test file here in downloads. But there's also another way to look at your files, which is to go to this thing called the terminal. And what I do here is I do Command space on Mac to be able to search all of my applications. I just type in terminal and it'll pop right up. So yeah, here I am in the terminal window. I've got my username here. Make it a little bigger for you guys. Platypus is my username. And I can do pwd to see what folder I'm currently in my terminal. And in this case, it's users/platypus. Okay, so I could also find that in Finder, but now we're in the terminal way of looking at files and folders. If I wanted to list all of my files in this folder, I can type ls and I can see, oh, there's that downloads folder. And to look and see what's in that downloads folder, I can type cd, which stands for change directory. Directory is basically another word for folder. CD downloads. When I hit enter, I'll be in that folder, and we can tell because I've got that test.txt file that I can see right there in the Finder window. Then I can type cd, again, change directory, ... to go back into the parent folder that I was just in, user/platypus. So we can see if I type ls again, we can see all of those folders there. Now if I try to cd into a folder that doesn't exist, like in this case, a folder named test, I'll get an error that says no such file or directory. So in order to do that, I can type make dir test. And then I can cd into that directory normally. When I hit enter, there I am in the test folder. Alright, so let's get to coding stuff. The first thing we need is a place to write a program using code. Like if you're typing a paper, you might use Microsoft Word. So we need something similar to Microsoft Word that instead of letting us type papers, will let us type code. So to do that, I would recommend using Atom. It's an app you can install on your computer, and to do that, you could Google install Atom and go to the website here, atom.io. It'll recognize whatever kind of computer you're on, and you can just hit that download button right there. Now we'll just wait for it to download. Now once it's done downloading, we click it, and with a little more movie magic, we can wait for it to unzip, and then we can see we've got this Atom executable app in our downloads folder. You can go ahead and move that over to applications so that if we try and access it from anywhere, our computer will be able to find it in that applications folder. And then we're going to close and quit our terminal window. That way our terminal can refresh and it'll have that new Atom command it can run. So yeah, let's open up the terminal again. And let me make that a little bit bigger so it's a little easier to see. If we type ls, we can see what folders we've got. We'll cd, change directory, into that test folder that we made earlier. And then the nice thing is we've just got that Atom command built in now, so we can type Atom and then the name of the file that we're looking to create. In this case, I'll call it sample.py, but you could really name it whatever you want, and hit enter. And so it's going to take a little bit for Atom to boot up and to load because this is the first time we've ever opened it. But once it does, we can just close all of these little welcome screens, and we have this new blank file staring at us. And just for some more background on that file name again, like I said, I picked sample.py. You could have called it anything. The reason for that .py extension though is because for this tutorial we're going to go over coding with the Python programming language, and that programming language uses the .py extension on its files, but if you're coding in a different language, you decide you want to pick up JavaScript or Ruby or something else, this will work for anything. We're just using .py because this tutorial is going to have Python files. That being said, let's code. So the simplest Python program that we can probably write is a simple hello world program. It's just going to print hello world on our screen. So to tell Python to print hello world on our screen, we're going to type print, two parentheses, and then in quotes we'll put hello world in there. We'll hit Control or Command S to save it, and now we just need to be able to run it. And so to do that, we need to download the Python interpreter. What the interpreter does is it takes that code that we've written that's understandable to us as humans and translates it into a series of commands that the computer can understand. So to download this interpreter, we can head back over to Google and we'll Google download or install Python 3. And to do that, we can head to python.org. It's probably going to be the first link, and it'll take you to a page that looks like this. Don't worry about all those versions down there. You can just hit the download Python, whatever version, 3.8 point whatever it is, and wait for that to finish. Now from there, we can just open the file we downloaded and go through the setup steps. I would recommend just leaving everything default. You'll probably have to enter in your password and wait for it to set up. Sweet. So once we're done, we'll see this folder pop up with these 7 files in it. You really shouldn't have to do anything here. If you run into any issues later with Python not being recognized as a command, I would just drag that Python launcher file from this folder into the applications folder. But you shouldn't have to do that. So let's head back over to the terminal, and we can just type python3 sample.py, right? Hit enter, and it'll run our code. Perfect. Hello world. Again, if you run into any issues with Python or Python 3 not being a command that gets recognized, feel free to comment or email us at cuhackit@gmail.com if you have any questions. You might just be a matter of restarting your terminal like we did before so it would recognize the Atom command, but that's basically all there is to it. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check out the rest of this channel as other videos go up for new tutorials, and happy hacking!